Caps hockey here on HTS. The Caps up 1-0 on a Gonchar goal. Joining me downstairs, veteran Brian Bellows. And Brian, was this the game plan that you guys wanted to execute, and how big was that Gonchar shorthanded goal for you guys?
Well, I think we had our game plan going really well the first maybe 4 or 5 minutes, but I think the middle 12 was exactly what we wanted. You know, again, we were shorthanded 4 times. That kind of hurt, but a goal like that can really change it around, give us some momentum. How important is the power play going to be in this hockey game? Well, I think our penalty kill is going to be the main thing, and we've done a good job so far. They've had, you know, shooting 41% at home. That's incredible. So if we can stop that, it'll make a big difference. Brian, thanks a lot. Best of luck. Score one in the second and third, buddy. Okay, man. All right, Brian Bellows of the Caps joins us after one. Stick around. We'll have the highlights, including a look at Gonchar's goal, propelling the Caps to a 1-0 lead.
Hello?
How's your bad eyes? Doobie.
That's the third one tonight.
It's okay. The police are tracing the call. Hello?
This is the police. Those calls are coming from inside the house. Repeat, those calls are coming from inside the house.
Drink Bud Ice, but beware the penguins.
Sir?
With Bell Atlantic Mobile, you can make important calls from just about everywhere, like the "Let's get together" call or the "I have a flat tire" call.
Just checking.
That's because everything we do is for one reason. That moment when you make the "I need to check with the office" call.
Do you have any idea?
No.
When are you going to be here?
We should be back around 2.
Yes. Your call goes through. A cell phone is only as good as the network it's on. Choose Bell Atlantic Mobile.
Get one of the world's best quality automakers to refine and perfect a single automobile for 30 years, and this is the result. Toyota Corolla. It's everything you'd expect and more, because now Corolla's all new, bigger with more power and safety features like side impact airbags, yet priced $1,000 below last year with a special low payment lease available. No wonder Corolla is the best-selling car in the world.
HRG helps men and women who look in the mirror and say, I want to look better. I want my hair to look better.
I was looking into the future, and I didn't need to be an expert to see that eventually I'd be bald.
You know, I just wanted to have my own natural growing hair.
I wanted a full head of hair again.
Educating yourself is the first step. Our booklet shows why someone may lose their hair and then shows the results of our microsurgical hair transplantation.
1 year, I was 32 years old. I was on my way to going bald. And the next year, I was on my way to having a full head of hair.
I love having my hair back. It looks great. It feels great. It's wonderful.
The hair you see today is transplanted.
I looked in the mirror and I said, wow, it's great.
Almost everyone can benefit from either our scalp therapy programs or our microsurgical hair restoration procedures.
And you can too by calling for HRG's free 22-page booklet, Experts in Hair Restoration. Call 1-800-924-0434.
I spy me a Capitals fan. He's got to be pleased with what he sees. 1-0 for Washington after the first period of play. The Senators are very good throughout regular season and the playoffs when they score first. They didn't do it tonight. Washington has the advantage. Joe Beninati alongside Craig Laughlin right here on HDS. Craig, for the Washington Capitals, they had a number of things in their game plan. Have they accomplished what they set out to do?
Well, I think their first game plan was to play aggressive and play a little more physical and not as passive, and I think they accomplished that. However, on the bad side of that, they took some unwarranted penalties, some dumb variety penalties, which just about cost them. But you've got to give a lot of credit to Sergei Gonchar. He had a splendid first period, and because of that, the Caps have a 1-0 lead.
Washington took a late first period penalty. It resulted in a power play for the Senators, but something good happened.
Yeah, shorty. Anytime you get a short-handed, it's a big-time momentum builder. Starts off with Teakin and knocking the stick out of the hands of Chris Phillips. Now watch this play develop. Up ice go the Capitals. Pavanka going wide. Riki staying back. Phillips goes to the bench, and that allows Gonchar to sneak in, and a nifty deke off the left pope and into the net. Here's one more look. Wade Redden gets caught up, flat-footed, and here's that play by Gontra. You see Pavanka on the left of the net. Riki also coming. Poor decision made by Phillips going to the bench instead of electing to make it a 3-on-3 coming back.
Somebody's got to teach that 20-year-old. You can't do that at that time. But maybe they could teach him after the series.
Yeah, wait till after the series and they're done, and they can teach him in the summer.
It's a 2-1 lead in the series for Washington, a 1-0 advantage in this game 4. Our first intermission continues for you in just a few moments right here on HCS. They're flying the colors of Canada here at Corel Center. Our first intermission, we'll have some numbers to look at, I would imagine, before too long.
It's a breeze. To get an easy 5% taken off your shopping bill. How? With your Safeway Club Card. When your spending reaches $250, you'll get a savings award for 5% off another shopping trip. That should be us. Spend $250, save 5%. Start saving today.
Attention travelers. MCI has just made it easier for us to keep in touch, which means, maintenant que vos affaires vous amènent en France, Tokyo de Toriskio Musubu Tokoronandaro.
Madame de Taylor, de Trace, Paul.
Translation, now you can be virtually anywhere and access faxes, emails, pages, or phone messages, all from one place. Au revoir, sayonara, farewell, for full. See y'all.
Announcing a liquidation sale at Bob Bell in Upper Marlboro. This location has been sold, and all inventory is being liquidated. All Chevrolet cars, all Chevrolet trucks, all Dodge cars. Liquidation of all Dodge trucks, all luxury conversion trucks and vans, all commercial vehicles, all demos, and the complete liquidation of all used vehicles. This is the limited offer. Trades accepted, financing rates from 1.9, or rebates up to $2,500. At Bob Bell Chevrolet Dodge Isuzu's liquidation sale. Corner of Route 4 and 301 in Upper Marlboro.
It's hot out there. It's cold out there. It's rough. It's hard on cars out there. So you'll find merchants. Merchants everywhere. Merchants Tire and Auto Centers. Tires, maintenance, auto repairs. The top tire brands, over 50 years experience, guaranteed to meet all competition's out-the-door bottom-line prices. Plus, 29-minute Tire Express. Now that's service. It's wear, it's tear, it's hot, it's cold. Don't go jumping here and there. Come to Merchants. All your car needs, all in one place.
We get busy. Roll that videotape. Action. Reaction.
Oh, baby.
Woo.
I will be ready.
Sports satisfaction. Van Earl Wright. Kevin Frazier.
Fox Sports News. Prime time.
We are there. Weeknights at 10 on HTS.
Sergei Gonchar's goal with just 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the first period, shorthanded, has vaulted Washington to a 1-0 lead after one, Craig. And for Gonchar and the Caps, it wasn't the only good scoring chance of the period.
No, they had a couple right off the get-go, Joe. Here's how it starts. Adam Oates gets that Bellows pass, 2-on-1 with Juno. Great pass, but it flips over the stick to Joe Juno. He goes for his crawl. Then Tikkanen across to Pavanka, off his blade into the net. And here down low, a nice play out in front. Alfredson gets it all alone. One shot, two shots for $1. The second one over the net. First one, a brilliant stop. And here's Igor Kravchuk on a 3-on-1. Delayed penalty upcoming on this play. Kravchuk tries to go 5 holes, denied by Kolzig.
As we share with you, our HDS viewers, 2 of Kolzig's 15 stops in the opening frame. It's a 1-0 lead for Ole to protect into period number 2. We go for you on Corel Center Ice.
Congratulations, lady.
Dr. Gridlock in Thursday's Washington Post.
What do you get from your agent for all that money you overpay on car insurance? Another year to wonder why. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This man represents all the people who switched their car insurance to Geico last week. Sir, please raise your hand. 10,000 times.
Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Little trucks make for long weeks, but Dodge Dakota's bigger to lighten Monday's load. Its tough Ram looks make Tuesday more memorable. Its longer, wider stance smooths hump day right out, while its superior Magnum power makes Thursday fly. And voila, it's Friday. And better yet, the weekend. Dakota, for shorter weeks and bigger weekends. Now select Dodge and competitive owners get $500 owner's bonus cash on all new Dakotas.
No service charge. No lines. No traffic. No parking. No dress code. Free home banking from Chevy Chase. It puts your bank as near as your PC or telephone.
Are you ready for big screen TV? Then get to the Big Screen Store. Hundreds of brand new Mitsubishi big screens are at their lowest price ever. Save up to $1,200. The Big Screen Store is the area's only exclusive Mitsubishi dealer with the biggest selection of 35, 40, 50, 60, even 80-inch TVs. The Big Screen Store has matching entertainment centers, sales experts, and 4-hour delivery. So throw away your old TV and get to the Big Screen Store in Towson, Glen Burnie, Rockville, and Fairfax. Nobody knows big screens better.
Local news in tomorrow's Washington Post.
HTS coverage of Capitals hockey is brought to you by Bud Ice and Bud Ice Light, the official beer sponsors of the NHL. By U.S. Airways, the Washington area's #1 airline. And by Cadillac and your Cadillac dealers.
Washington Capitals continue their hot shooting percentage in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Just 5 shots taken in the first period, but they clicked for one. Sergei Gonchar's shorthanded tally at 18:30, and the Caps have a 1-0 lead. Craig, do we have time to look at some numbers? I think we do.
Yeah, let's take a look at the game stats through 20 minutes of play. Shots on goal, 5 for the Caps, 15 for the Senators. That's now 118-63 overall in the series. Scoring chances, 7-3 favor the Senators. Face-offs favor the Capitals by 1. Power plays, the Caps 0 for 1. The Senators 0 for 3. And the power play shots, the Caps didn't generate any. The Senators generated 4. Unfortunately, Gonchar's goal, a shorty against their power play.
Caps fans, I think we have a deal for you. If you want to see round 3 for free, purchase a 10, 20, or full season ticket package and receive up to the first 3 games of playoff round 3 for free. The 1998-99 season tickets, providing you with the hottest seats for the coolest game on earth. Call the number 301-336-CAPS for more information.
Well, Joe, I talked about the 0 for 3 power play for the Senators. They're also -1. Here's the shorty, teeking around Redden. He's going to find Gonchar streaking to the net. You're going to have off the left pipe Michael Babanka, and there's that nifty deke as he goes around the netminder to his backhand, Damian Rhodes. Look at this. Rhodes left out to dry. There's that backhander underneath the glove, off the pipe and in. And Gonchar pointing, saying that away. Caps up 1-0, entering the second stanza here in Ottawa, Canada, Ontario.
Sergei Gonchar now with points in 5 straight games as Ole Kolzig's fans north of the border continue to mount in terms of numbers.
It's going to get a cult following all over the nation, in Canada and in the States. Godzilla.
Play has been that good as the Ottawa Senators trickle back to the playing surface in preparation for period number 2. There's Godzilla heading the pack for the Washington Capitals. Stanley Cup playoff numbers, spectacular. Goals against average, and in particular, save percentage, dynamite.
Yeah, and that really tells the story. It's the percentage of shots he's stopping throughout the series. 942. He's faced over 300 shots at 342. Better than Hasek, 939. Belfort, Joseph, Brodeur, and Damian Rhodes at 913. But in this series, just operating at about a 788 save percentage. Not very good. Kolzig on top of his game, brimming with confidence and aggressiveness.
Ole Kolzig supported by that Sergei Gonchar strike. Gonchar now has goals in 2 straight. We alluded his Stanley Cup point scoring streak is now 5. And with offense like that from the defense, that's something that can ease Ron Wilson's mind, minus Peter Bondra again tonight.
Yeah, I think those three key guys, obviously, Calle Johansson has to step up to the plate offensively, jumping into the play more often than it's Norty, his partner, and Gonchar has to be a guy that steps forward, and he's done that. It's going to be interesting this summer, however, how George McPhee works his magic, trying to re-sign this guy. He came in here with a one-year deal, and the playoffs automatically bring up your value if you have a great postseason, because that's really when everything's on the line. And right now, Gonchar is having a terrific postseason, which could lead and parlay into big bucks this summer.
Ron Wilson preparing for battle in period 2 along with his charges. And you look at how Washington has been so badly outshot in the playoffs, yet they have the upper hand in the goal-scoring department, 29-20.
That's all that matters, Joe. It's on the scoreboard, and the big numbers on the scoreboard.
And that's right up to date, right up to the minute. 1-0 Washington, period 2 unfolds. Bello swats it back into the Ottawa zone. Two teams start this second period at even strength 5 aside. Bello behind the cage for Oates. Little wraparound pass intercepted. Magnus Arvidsson will clear. Arvidsson full strides on the attack. Gardner, little give and go. Arvidsson lined up by Riki. Sergei Gonchar with room to hoist it back. And on the freshly cut ice surface, it slides swiftly to Damian Rhodes. Line changes on the fly. Estetikinen jumping on the ice for the Caps. He and Chris Simon in a tussle. Johansson jams it along the wall, and Chris Phillips will send it in. Tenorti dodging McEachern. Ditto for Yashin. Igor Kravchuk, new contract in tow.
Plus a no-trade contract included in that, Joe. Just realized the other day in the papers up here in Ottawa today, and partially yesterday, that he's been given a $1 million buyout if they elect to trade him in his next 4 seasons.
Simon rips one right on, and Rhodes juggled it and then pinned it to the playing surface for the whistle. 1-0 Washington in front early on in the second period. A chance for us to test your trivia knowledge. Dodge trivia time. Who are the only 2 players to score 4 goals in 1 period during the playoffs?
Wow, there's been 7 to do it 3 times, including Alfredson, who did it last game, Harvey Busher-Jackson, Lindsay, Richard, Gretzky, Dirk Graham, and Peter Forsberg, who did it in '96 in Colorado's 8-1 win over Florida. So he's in some fine company. Alfredson, but 4 goals, that's a real good question.
Joltok lost the draw. Brendan Witt. His shot was tapped aside by Daniel Alfredson. In tight chance, Nikoleshin got a swat at that bouncing puck, but it did not materialize onto Rhodes. Joltok pinballs one to the corner. Witt took a whack from Cunnyworth. Randy Cunnyworth, an abrasive sort, to say the very least.
Yeah, he's always played that well. He's had great success against the Caps. He's a guy now, though, in the end of his closing in on the end of his career, being the captain of this hockey team, just doing all the little things. He'd love to have a Stanley Cup.
17 years in the business for Cunnyworth, who recently turned 37. Alfredson, Joltok on the mark, Wade Redden. Big slap shot. That just sizzled wide of Kolzig. Ken Klee barreled into by Denny Lambert. Murray came a runner. Able to steal the puck. Brendan Witt will settle things down by icing it. Yanni Lautinen retreats, and we get the whistle. Just 2 minutes and 35 seconds into period 2, with Wilson and company in front by 1.
Smart plays by Ron Wilson's club in this hockey game. Working the glass a lot, working the boards, keeping it along the wall where they're going to have the most success. When in trouble, when in doubt, get it out. That's exactly what Brendan Witt did, and he got it down the ice. Brendan Witt has to be a guy that's more physical here. Witt taking a good slash by Cunnyworth. We talked about his aggressiveness. There they go at it, both Cunnyworth and Brendan Witt. A guy that didn't register a hit in game 1, or in game 3, Joe. It has to be more of a force here tonight.
This is game 4. Washington leads in the series 2-1. Each team has won its games on its own ice. Dale Hunter, with help from Kelly Miller, the puck winds up in the Ottawa zone. Stan Netzcash puts it away from Craig Berube. Freaky snares. Lambert will backpedal from pressure. Murray had it chopped off of his stick. Netzcash softly to the corner. Gonchar will glide back. Jacques Martin, the head coach for the Senators, with fresh troops on. Miller with Redden. Berube strides after Pitlick. Along the dasher board, this is Sean Van Allen. Down low. And it'll be Kolzig to dive out and cover. Magnus Arvidsson was looking for some loose change. Didn't get any. Ole Kolzig standing tall. We'll get you back to Ottawa in a little bit.
John Lithgow performs the Discover Card Dial-Along song.
An extemporaneous piece.
Provided for your dialing pleasure while you call 1-800-IT-PAYS-2 and apply for your Discover Card, the card with the cashback bonus award that always pays you back.
That was a nice surprise.
And that's music to everyone's ears. It pays to Discover. To apply, call 1-800-IT-PAYS-2. Accepted where you see the Novus sign.
Corral Center fans waving their woo-hoo towels, trying to support their charges onto their first goal of the night. They trail the Caps by 1, fast approaching 4 minutes played in the second period. Calle Johansson forced off the blue line, offside Washington. Craig, we're not going to let the HTS folks wait long for the answer to our Dodge trivia question. Name the only 2 players in NHL history to score 4 goals in 1 period during the playoffs.
I got to think it's got to be one of the Habs. No, it isn't. Look at that. Tim Kerr versus the Rangers in '85, and Mario Lemieux versus the Flyers in '89. Pretty impressive.
4 goals in 1 period. Tim Kerr, 3 of those 4 were power play goals. Used to park himself right in front of that net.
Big rig.
Couldn't move him. Pitlick serves it back into the Washington zone. Tenorti playing catch with Johansson. And again, Jacques Martin to a quick line change. Trying to get the matchup he desires. Alexei Yashin swivels it behind Kolzig. Dackel measured by Tenorti. Sean McEachern on the puck. Adam Oates on him. Dackel with Tenorti. Yashin and Juno. For the one rare instant when Yashin can escape his shadow, Tikkanen. Bad angle, deflection stop. Kolzig able to cover up on Yashin.
You can see the Ottawa Senators start their cycle, and when they get cycling, they like to involve their defensemen. Here you can see the defenseman, Chris Phillips, getting involved in the cycle to the left of Olaf Kolzig, and that can cause real defensive problems. Watch this play at the corner here. They chop it down the wall. They continue to cycle it, and you're going to see Phillips Ford try to jump into the play as this puck comes along the wall. There's a little nifty play, and Phillips is going to drive to the net. Look at him get right in front there, trying to look for some loose scraps. You have Yashin also on the doorstep trying to bang that puck through the legs of Olaf Kolzig. Look at him fall at the end here, Cole. There he is, just tripping over there at the end, getting pushed around in front of the net. Phillips, one of the guys, trying to tie up this hockey game.
Tikkanen's got Yashin now. Ron Wilson changing up during that stoppage in play. McEachern To the slot. One-timer Yashin just off of his tape.
Yeah, he had a lot of time too, Joe. He should have just stopped that puck, and had he stopped it, he had great chance just to wrist shot it. He was in no man's land and was not picked up. That would have been an easy wrist shot for him to try to roof it against Kolzig. Here we take a look at the play. You're going to have McEachern with the puck to the right of Olaf Kolzig, and he's going to find a wide-open Yashin, very similar to Alfredson in period one. Here's the play, and look at Alfredson giving the puck here. McEachern. Look at both Tikkanen and the defenseman Witt go down to the guy passing the puck rather than looking over their shoulders.
You know who forces Yashin to hurry that shot? Ole Kolzig. He's playing so very well that Yashin figures, I got to do something spectacular with this. Like one time that pass off my front foot, because Kolzig has been so good, he hurries it, and that's a lot like what Hatchick has been doing all year in Buffalo. He gets inside a player's head, forcing you to do too much.
Yeah, trying to be too fine rather than just stopping it normally like you'd normally do, getting it, and then shooting the puck.
5 minutes, 25 seconds into our second period. 1-0 Washington, icing Washington. The call here. Chris Simon, in our pregame show, we were talking about the expectation of this perhaps, Craig, being a very physical matchup. I think it's been more subdued than I expected.
Yeah, I think it's settled right in here. I mean, we had a lot of thoughts that everyone was going to come out lasting at each other, but it's really settled down because both teams know the importance of this game and the fact that dumb penalties aren't going to cut it. Both power plays operating pretty good in this series.
We're 5 aside right now. Shots on goal for the moment, 16-6 for Ottawa. But Sergei Gonchar, shorthanded from Esa Tikkanen with Kelly Miller on the penalty bench at 18:30 of the first. And that's all she wrote.
It is ironic, however, that there was a light heavyweight boxing championship here last night at Corral Center. Both teams have to practice at a local practice rink rather than skating here yesterday.
Otis Grant, the headliner.
Yeah, and I think he's a hometown hero.
Canada's own.
Yeah.
This is going to be icing against the Senators. This game goes into pockets where it's wide open play, or at least free skating play, and then it goes into a pocket where you've got 5 whistles in 20 seconds.
Play-by-play man's dream, isn't it?
Yucky. Just yucky after a while. But they pick it up. Joe Juneau looking to do just that.
Stepping it. Two-stepping it up there.
They dance everywhere in this city.
Yeah.
They're very happy. Oaks, pleased to see the Caps are 1-0 leader. Game 5 of the series comes Friday night, back at MCI Center Ice. Caps hope to board their chartered plane this evening and secure control of this series. They would have a 3-1 lead should they win tonight. Pitlick around the base play to the boards. Arvidsson didn't clear it. They get a second opportunity. With Redden's help, the Senators are away. Gonchar lays claim to the puck for Oates. Moved it right into traffic. Van Allen snare. Here comes Arvidsson. Wrist shot. Oh, glove save. Full split for Ole Kolzig.
Great stop. That's been his best. They fire another biscuit his way. Arvidsson had created a 2-on-1 for himself. Elected to take the wicked wrist shot. Kolzig up to the challenge. Challenging way out of his net. Here's the play. 4 Capitals caught on one side. Here comes that howitzer wrist shot. Check out the left side of the screen. That was the man for the 2-on-1. Arvidsson elects to take a wrist shot through a screen of Riki. Tremendous outreaching save with the catching glove by Olaf Kolzig.
As he prepares for the draw to his left, Arvidsson goes back to the bench and says, "Why me?"
Arvidsson has yet to register a goal in this playoffs. He has just 1 assist and is the worst plus-minus still coming to this game at a -6.
Nikolitin to the front. Damian Rhodes swept that away. Chris Phillips rumbling ahead for the Senators. Daniel Alfredson yanked down by fellow countryman Kalle Johansson. Johansson and Alfredson again. On through Todd Krieger. Touched up by Phillips for icing here. Todd Krieger back into the lineup. If you're joining us late, Peter Bondra not available for battle this evening in Game 4.
You know, this Ottawa Senators hockey club has really stuck to their game plan when Randy Sexton and Firestone are the first guys that started this franchise, Joe, they set out a timetable. They said 4 years, let's try to build, get our team ready. Years 5 on, try to get into the postseason, which they have the last 2 years. In years 7 through 12, try to capture a Stanley Cup. So their timeline pretty in sync with what they're doing now, trying to get past the second round to go to the conference finals.
Taken in with Yashin, ready to draw. Linesman Brossiker sets it down. Point drive, nets Cav. That's sailed wide. Simon will clear. It was rough going for the Senators early on, and specifically against this Washington Capitals team. Simon barreling in, he got knocked down to the deck. Ottawa won against Washington just one time in the first 15 get-togethers. But in the last 2 years, they were 7-1 during the regular season. And now these two clubs, these two franchises, meeting for a first-ever Stanley Cup playoff series.
The first time the Capitals have ever faced a Canadian team.
And that was a very interesting note when I noticed that in the press package. Simon will clear in. Laukkonen on the mark for Yashin. Heard footsteps coming from Kelly Miller. Ricky will slide it back softly into the Ottawa zone. 12 to go, second period. Joe Beninati, Craig Lockton with you on HDS. Miller on the puck and right to Rhodes.
That whole play created for that Kelly Miller shot because of Berube hammering the defenseman Laukkonen. He coughed up the biscuit. That allowed Kelly Miller to get a great shot on net that Rhodes stopped with his left pass.
Miller content to deflect it into the Ottawa end. Redden just as quickly back out. Radek bounce. Fires. Pulls it left his skates to chest that down. And Ricky flipped it up out of play. A chance for us to catch our breath in Canada, Ontario. Ole Kolzig leading the way for the Washington Capitals, a 1-0 advantage and a lightning-quick catching glove.
Here's an update on our top story. Police now confirm the Bud Ice Penguin has been captured. Authorities say it is now safe to serve Bud Ice. That's right, just bring it all out in the open there. Nothing to worry about, everything's fine. And now, back to the music.
Drink Bud Ice, but beware the Penguins.
No service charge. No lines. No traffic. No parking. No dress code. Free home banking from Chevy Chase. It puts your bank as near as your PC or telephone.
Play continues on home team sports. Washington a 1-0 advantage. Sergei Gonchar, 6th of the playoffs. It was a shorthanded goal back in the first. 5-on-5, the two teams skate. Alfredson finding Phillip. Long range, and Colsey got the goal stick in the way. Cunnyworth, roughed up by Ken Klee. Referee Schick has a penalty coming here.
It's going to be a high sticking minor doled out by the referee Schick, and I think it could be Cunnyworth heading off. The Capitals out of this play will get a power play upcoming. Cunnyworth, the captain, heading off. We've talked about him all game long, being a guy that wants to get under your skin. There he does, but a little too much with the high stick. The Caps go to a power play, trying to add to their 1-0 lead. Here we pick up the play to the left of Olaf Kolzig's net. The puck's going to be rung around. Here's Alfredson back to the point. That's still up. Check out the right side of the screen. Good battle going on, Kenny Klee. But it's when he goes to the corner here and collides with Krieger at the end of this play where he actually gets his stick up. There he gets his stick up once, then again on Krieger in the corner. And out of this play, the Caps. Right there, another high stick on Todd Krieger. 2 high sticks too much for Schick. He's in the box.
2 minutes for Baton au lait.
Sorry,
Thank you.
I get carried away.
What are you doing? You're Canadian broadcasters.
No, we're not going to do
that. The way they do it up here in Canada. A lot different than you do it, Joe B.
I'm not going to even touch that. Jackal.
Certain way.
Moving in.
Speaking French, too. I like that.
Well, just trying to copycat the public address announcer here. He gets into it just like the crowd at Corel Center. French and English delivery of the penalties and goals. Johansson thumped by Laukkanen. 10:40 to play in the second period. 1-0 Washington. They've got a 5-on-4 manpower advantage. Laukkanen with time and space. Bolzig will shuffle it off for Gonchar. Now Calle Johansson will have to deal with Van Allen. Johansson away for Gonchar. Now Tikkanen. Overlapping with Oates. Oates saucers it in for Bello. Hooks off and finds Tenorti. Quick relay Gonchar. Wrist shot. Shin pad got in the way. Wade Redden did the trick.
Perfect entry into the zone. You couldn't write a better script. The execution of the power play breakout. They came as a unit. They executed, and out of it got a shot. Unfortunately, the shot by Calle Johansson didn't get to the net. It was blocked at the blue line.
More than halfway through regulation. 1-0 Washington. Richard Zednik cranks it up. That's stopped by Rhodes. He didn't see the rebound very well.
Looked around him a little bit, too.
Zednik lost his balance. That will allow Ottawa the chance to clear. Richard Zednik can really bring that slap shot. A lot of weight behind it, and he usually is very, very accurate. Icing against Washington. And the Senators fans support the penalty killers.
Well, he scored in a blast from just inside the blue line last game here at Corel Center. Here he tries another one, picks up the puck, hard blast, very similar to where he scored his goal from. Probably a little in tight and a little wider than that play. But here comes the shot once again. Why not take it through the defenseman Pitlick, off the blocker, off his stomach, and out of the net it stays. Good opportunity for Zednik to get the Caps a 2-0 lead. There you take a look at the rookie goal leaders. Richard Zednik with 4, Samsonov, Lynn, Barada, and 3. A threesome tied at 1 apiece lead the scoring parade on the rookie side of the ledger. And had he stayed healthy, he might have beat Samsonov in the goal-scoring department. He ended up with 17 this year, but so many injuries down the stretch may have cost him dearly.
Tenorti on the move. Pavanka finding a seam in the defense for just a second. Igor Kravchuk able to stitch it up quickly. Cunningham has exited the penalty bench. Ottawa 5-on-5. 9 minutes and 2 seconds to go in period 2. Senators down by 1. Cunningham rambling in, blocked away by Johansson. Kravchuk cheating down from a point position to the goal mouth and right on through. Dackler was loose. Alexei Yashin maneuvers away. Wrap around. Right through the goal mouth again, and Johansson reeling a bit. He'll send it the length. Icing the call. Igor Kravchuk and the Senators trying to turn this momentum shift in their favor. We'll have you back on HTS in just a minute.
Dodge Caravan has always come with extra bonuses. And now Caravan comes with a few more. Like low 1.9 financing, or choose $750 cash back. Plus, select customers get a Dodge owner's bonus for an additional $1,000 cash back, which means you could own America's best-selling minivan for as little as $16,370. Now that's a bonus you can bank on, but only for a limited time. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Fans Discover Card will donate $500 to the local chapter of the Make-A-Wish Foundation for every hat trick in this evening's game, as they did when Daniel Alfredson clipped for 3 a couple nights ago.
Johnny Shaka shucking it up here at Corel Center. A lot of nifty moves, Joe. Very similar to the moves you exhibited last night on the dance floor.
Was I dreaming at the time? I don't move like that. That guy bends in ways that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, I guess you weren't on the dance floor, were you?
I did not.
You could say you were probably watching the dance?
I was not.
I'm not going to get you in trouble, Joe. Don't worry about it.
1-0 Washington. Miller. That's just brutal on your part, by the way.
I just heard you were doing that. I don't know.
Redden for Lambert. Alfredson on the wing. Pitlick cranks it up and just snapped that wrist shot well wide. Daniel Alfredson pivots out of the corner. Gave it up. Oh, bad bounce there. Spoiled the Caps captain, Dale Hunter. Hunter on the puck. He'll go glass to clear.
Yeah, smart play by Dale Hunter. They were reeling a little bit. Some pretty good pressure by the Senators. Once again, the Caps called for an icing call. Being outshot 18-7 here through just about this second middle of the period here, and they've got to get something going here. Dale Hunter, the smart veteran, though, knew they were in trouble. That's why he flipped it up off the glass.
Phil Housley, a healthy scratch tonight, as is Mike Eagles. Jeff Brown, injured list. Steve Konowalchuk on the injured list. Jeff Toms is here, a healthy scratch. Pat Peake is out. And Peter Bondra was a late scratch this evening. The Senators fans cheering on this Ottawa squad, which is down by 1, playing without Radim Bachanik, Václav Proshpal, Pat Falloon, Per Gustafsson on the sidelines as well. Ottawa with the advantage in scoring chances, but not on the scoreboard.
And you can see the fans in the background waving their white towels, the Yahoo towels. I was reading an article where the decibel levels went from 99 to a high of 108 after Yashin scored that big goal, top shelf wrist shot. That's an awful lot of sound in this building.
Their battle cry is reignite the white. Juno hits the brakes. Finds Bellows, and he shanked that one-timer. A chance for the Senators to counterpunch. Gardner with Arvidsson. Now Gardner fires. He caught the outside of the net. Arvidsson in a duel with Tenorti. The towering defender went tumbling to the ice surface. Juno did not clear. Juno with a strip. Out comes Bellows. He'll move on Laukkanen. Johnny Laukkanen handled that one-on-one without fail. Laukkanen, a crisp pass that was too hot to handle for Gardner. He'll try it again. Stops on a dime to beat Bellows. Yashin marked by old friend Sergei Gonchar. The two of them played together in the Russian elite leagues with Moscow Dynamo.
And weren't they a pair, Kravchuk and Sergei Gonchar at the Olympics? I think they were defensive pairings they used them.
Part of that silver medal winning Team Russia in the Nagano Olympics. Kolzig shanked that pass. It worked out fine. Tikkanen able to get it back to center. We're down to 6:20 to go in our second period on Home Team Sports. It's 1-0 Washington. Gonchar has the only goal tonight, shorthanded back in the first. McEachern on the run. McEachern to the goal mouth. Kolzig intercepted the pass. Yashin all around the perimeter. Turned away by Tikkanen. Fine defensive work. Fans wanted a penalty. None coming from referee Schick. Icing against the Capitals will bring the draw all the way back into Kolzig's neighborhood, and you hear the fans upset with an on-call.
Yeah, they didn't like that their hero, Yashin, was hauled down by Tikkanen. Referee Schick didn't fall for it. Good coverage by the Capitals, keeping everything to the perimeter. As we take a look at the fans looking on here, not too happy with what's transpired so far. Here's a play by Yashin. Look at the strength, and then the skate move. Nifty move to try to get away from Tikkanen. He might have got away with one, but the referee not buying it. There's Esa Tikkanen shaking his head a little bit, saying, hey, they're trying to dive on me. There you see his totals, but most impressively, his totals aren't going to be that great, because right now he's more in a checking role, trying to shut down the best player.
At even strength, Tikkanen has been outstanding, hounding Alexei Yashin. Won't let him go. Ken Cleese looks at as far as the Ottawa line. Alfredson comes cross rink for Wade Redden. Redden, one of those two 20-year-old blue liners. He and Chris Phillips, the youngsters in this playoff pressure. Nika Leashin with Krieger's effort, able to get it back to center.
That was just a great play on that last rush by Alfredson, by Brendan Witt, forcing him wide, rubbing him out, not giving him a sniff to use his speed inside.
Witt around the corner curve, back to Damian Rhodes. He'll tee it up for Phillips. Shifts it back for Kravchuk. He moves the puck on target for Denny Lambert. Over skating was Radek Bonk. Bonk had it come right back to him. Tenorti over to cover. Mark Tenorti, delicate flick ahead for Joe Juno. Juno looking to create long wrist shot, swallowed up by Rhodes, and he'll hang on. We'll hang out. 4:45 to go in the second period. Juno and the blue sweaters in front by 1.
This is the latest video game we're developing, and this is our our inspiration, my Volkswagen Jetta. Excellent. When you write code for 15 hours straight, you gotta get out. The Jetta's a real German road car with plenty of room for 4 carbon-based life forms. It's got dual airbags, daytime running lights, and side impact door beams. Because in real life, there is no reset button. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Are you ready for big screen TV? Then get to the Big Screen Store. Hundreds of brand new Mitsubishi big screens are at their lowest price ever. Save up to $1,200. The Big Screen Store is the area's only exclusive Mitsubishi dealer with the biggest selection of 35, 40, 50, 60, even 80-inch TVs. The Big Screen Store has matching entertainment centers, sales experts, and 4-hour delivery. So throw away your old TV and get to the Big Screen Store in Towson, Glen Burnie, Rockville, and Fairfax. Nobody knows big screens better.
Tickets for Games 5 and 7 of the series, if necessary, now on sale at the MCI Center box office through Ticketmaster outlets by calling 202-432-SEAT.
Those games will be Friday night, Game 6, and Wednesday. The following Wednesday will be the last game of the series. The Capitals obviously would like to wrap this series up before then.
If needed, it would be 1 week from this evening, Game 7 in Washington, D.C. Right now, Washington has a 2-1 lead in the series in games and a 1-0 advantage in Game 4. In the second period, which has just a shade over 4 minutes left to go in it. Oates clear. Bruce Gardner. Flutters it ahead for Arvidsson, who played 4 years in the Swedish Elite League, was drafted this past summer. 26-year-old rookie watching Gardner operate now for Pitlick. Gardner slap shot bouncing on its way, and Kolzig able to hang tough.
And this whole play started because Gardner got away with an absolute penalty. It should have been doled out by Schick. He got away with it, and that's why the Capitals, both Gonchar and Bellows, are livid and still talking to the referee Schick. Here's the play. It's moved off the wall. Watch this holding call on Gonchar right there. Upends him, and because of this, rotates out. Should have shot the puck. Went to his defenseman and missed him, but gets it back, and there's that hard, fumbling slap shot towards the net by Gardner, a feisty forward. Where's number 25? He's one of the guys that has been around the net all series long. He's a guy that creates havoc with his speed.
Obstruction, you think?
Yes, indeed. Especially when it leads to a scoring chance. You got to call that.
Esa Tikkanen from skate to stick and stick again. Tenorti bangs it on through. Phillips waiting for his teammates to get back on side before he thumps one behind Kolzig's net. Andreas Dacko plays the corner. Esa Tikkanen, who's missed the playoffs only once in his fine career. That was back in the 92-93 season. Kravchuk on through for Dacko. Another of the Swedes in the lineup for Ottawa. Tenorti allowing Johansson to try and clear. McEachern with skill, and again, that will draw a rise from the Corral Center fan. And the Caps have iced the puck for what seems like the 10th time this period.
Yeah, anytime they've got in trouble, why not hammer it down? If you look at the coach, not too happy with the non-calls. The Capitals a little bit too much on their heels. They haven't come out with that fervor that they had in that first period, Joe, where they really took it to the Senators. Now they've sat back, allowed the Senators to generate a lot of scoring chances against Olaf Kolzig. Ron Wilson, I'm sure, is going to have a few words to say to his troops in between periods. Got to get back to that first period style.
It's 1-0 here in Ottawa. The Caps have the advantage elsewhere on our Washington Post out-of-town scoreboard. Edmonton playing host to Dallas in Game 4 of that series, and they are knotted at 0 in the opening frame. Craig Berube, long range, shoulder high, glove save for Rose. Gave it right to Dale Hunter. Looking to shimmy by Zoltak. Miller out of the corner. Kelly Miller back into the lineup. Mike Eagles to the sideline tonight. Cunnyworth flips it back to neutralize. And as it was sent across the Senators' line, Washington is again whistled for offside. Craig, this point in the hockey game, when you look down the bench, what's being said there? What's going on?
Well, I think this bench is a lot different than a lot of benches in the NHL. There's a lot more laughing and carrying on most of the time. But right now, the last 2 minutes of the period, the first two, pretty serious stuff going on there. A lot of things don't have to be said. Ron Wilson knows that his team has to execute. You can't keep changing game plans while the game is going on. That's why you don't see a whole lot of guys talking, other than for encouragement. It's very important that they encourage each other, keep a high sense of focus, because right now they've got this one-goal lead. They don't want to let this get away from them.
Randy Cunneyworth foiled in his attempt to go inside on Johansson. Alfredson had Zednik draped on top, and the Caps were able to pitch it clear. Unofficially, Washington with 4 shots in the second period, Ottawa with 7. The score remains as it did after 1-0. Cunneyworth with Alfredson. Pitch to the end wall. Referee Schick has a penalty coming up here. Delayed call coming, and it's going to go against Washington. As we now get the whistle, and the infamous obstruction sign is made. The old obstruction tripping.
Yep, the Caps go shorthanded. Richard Zednik nailed by Rob Schick. And I was wondering why that whistle went there, because I thought they had full control of the puck in the neutral zone. The referee blew the whistle, and I'm not sure why, but Caps will take it. And we take a look at Zednik sitting in the bench in the penalty box. Here we take a look at the penalty upcoming here for Richard Zednik. 2 minutes obstruction. Check out the left side of the screen coming right there as he upends the forward, Dackel, or Alfredson, excuse me, going to the net, trying to cycle the puck out of that right corner to the right of Olaf Kolzig.
Up until this time, Ron Wilson's club had the only power play of the second period. This is Ottawa's first manpower advantage of period 2. They had 3 back in the first.
It's a huge kill. Pivotal time for the Caps. They score before they go to the dressing room. That'll give them a lot of momentum coming to this third period.
Right you are. Oates matched by Yashin. Kravchuk for Yashin off of his skate boot. Leaky didn't get it out. Yashin trying to jam it along the boards. Oates made another steal. Gonchar clears. And as is normally Ron Wilson's wont, he gets the penalty killers off there quickly after just about 35 seconds. Fresh troops. Phillips stepping back in. Kolzig with instructions for Kuvanka. He got nudged by Alfredson. McEachern finds Phillips. Lines, fired, pad stop, rebounded. Kolzig, big save on McEachern, who remains snake-bitten.
Yeah, 2 shots for $1 from McEachern. McEachern, the bouncing disc. It was hard for him to corral. He did get 2 whacks at that puck. After that rebound came way out into the left of Kolzig after that shot from the point.
Capitals lead 1-0. Ottawa on a power play here late second period. Phillips well down from his point position. Joltok outnumbering Tenorti there to the goal mouth. Alfredson backpedals away from Tikkanen. Stepping in, Arvidsson fired. That was well off the target. Maybe hoping for a deflection.
Yeah, the Caps will take that. You can't afford to miss the net on the power play. Force you once again to regroup like that shot did.
There are 18 seconds to go in the period. You see the time left in the power play, and this one will wind up in the Ottawa players' bench for a whistle.
And the whistle's going to come outside, fortunately for the Caps, as that puck went off Wade Redden at the point with his glove into the bench. Great chance for McEachern to tie up this hockey game on this power play with the second period winding down. Here's that hard shot from Phillips off the left toe, and look at incoming comes McEachern. 1, 2, 3 whacks, it looks like there on that replay that he gets and can't get it past Kolzig. One more look, there's the bouncing biscuit, 2, 3, and before the Caps finally collapse on him, 3 whacks at the puck, no goal.
He is moving so well, so quickly right now, shifting into position, shuffling across the crease, and that's a very confident netminder. A 1-0 advantage for the Washington Capitals, and that's what they will take with them to the dressing room after 2. Backstopped by the net minding of Ole Kolzig, who's recorded 26 stops now. It's a 1-0 lead thanks to Sergei Gonchar's goal against Damian Rhodes back in the first period. We have completed 40 minutes worth of work. Regulation time here at Corel Center in Canada, Ontario. And we'll have Our second intermissions activities for you in just a few moments right here on HDS. Craig will have an interview guest. We'll look at the highlights. I'll bet some of those Colts and stops to boot when you're back.